Good afternoon, students. Today we see about the repulsion motor. So, in that repulsion motor, we see about the introduction of repulsion motor, construction of repulsion motor, working principle, types of repulsion motor, advantage disadvantage, and the application of repulsion motor. So, today we see about the repulsion motor. So, I am audible to all of you. Hello. Okay. So the repulsion motor are classified under single phase motor. Means this your repulsion motor is of single phase motor type. So in that single phase motor, in magnetic repulsion motor, the stator windings are connected directly to the AC power supply. Means we are directly connected to the AC power supply with your stator winding, and the rotor are connected to the commutator and brushes assembly. So very similar to the DC armature. Yeah, like your DC armature, we have to connect to the uh, rotor type. That same type we have to connect here in the repulsion motor. So in the repulsion motor, we have to connect the two terminal directly to the AC supply, AC power supply, or single phase AC power supply, and the rotor is connected to the commutator and brushes assembly, and it is very similar to the DC armature. Means we have to connect the DC supply here, or tie like a DC armature supply here. Okay, so in the construction of the repulsion motor, the repulsion motor has operating characteristic similar to those of the series DC motor. Means this repulsion motor, the operating characteristic is same as that DC series motor. So it has stator with winding similar to that of the split phase induction motor without the starting winding. So we are directly wound the winding in the stator, and the rotor is similar to the armature of DC motor, but it has no electrical connection to the supply line. The brushes are short circuited. So here we use directly to brushes are short circuited, and we give the supply to the rotor part. So the working of the repulsion motor is based on the principle of repulsion between two magnetic field. Means here repulsion is occur at the magnetic field. So with the help of this repulsion, the rotor will be rotated. So here two pole motor with vertical magnetic axis is there. So you see that here the two vertical axes are there. So one with the connected with the your slipping means your commutator brushes, and one is directly connected to the your magnetic field. So there are here two pole motor is there. So consider a two pole motor with a vertical magnetic axis, and the armature is connected to the commutator and the brushes, and these brushes are short circuited using low resistance jumper. So here you see that the jumper is there. So this is the brushes, these are the brushes, and we have to connect two brushes directly with the wire, and this wire has the low resistance, this wire has a low resistance. So that here two windings are connected directly with the your brushes. So the brushes are short circuited using low resistance jumper, and when alternating current is supplied to the field winding, it includes induce an electromotive force. So when the alternating current is supplied to the field winding or stator winding. At that time, electromotive force is induced in the armature. So, with the help of this armature or with the help of this electromotive force, our rotor will be rotate. So the direction of the alternating current in such a way that it creates the north pole at the top and south pole at the bottom. So the direction of the induced EMF is given by Lenz law. So that means the induced EMF is EMF induced current in the armature conductor, and the direction of the induced current depend upon the position of the brushes. So these brushes are connected with the commutator, and the two brushes are short circuited. That means directly current will be passed through the another wire. So with the help of the Lenz law, we can induce the direction of the induced EMF. Means we can tell the direction of the induced EMF. So what type of in which direction our current will be flow. So normally the current is flow from north to south. Current is flow from north to south. So that time this magnetic field will be produced at the same terminal. So we have to induce the EMF or induce the current in the armature conductor, and the direction of this induced current depend upon the position of the brushes. So you see that if suppose you and V are the terminal of the inductor, and here this magnetic field will produce, electromagnetic field is produced. So this field produced in the direction means from the north side. So current always flows from north to south, or the your direction is also flows from north to south. So here in the motor, you see that these two are the brushes, and the brushes are short circuited, and this electromagnetic field also means here produced in the north to south. So here total induced EMF is be generated. So this induced EMF is generated with the help of Lenz law. With the help of Lenz law. So what do you say the Lenz law? So the direction of the induced EMF is given by Lenz law, according to which the direction of induced EMF oppose the cause produce it. Means Lenz law मैं सीधे शब्द में बता सकता हूँ कि लेंस लॉ यानी क्या कि जिस थाली में खाते हैं उसको ही क्या करते हैं हम छेद करते हैं, ऐसी बात हो गई वहां पे. सो यानी क्या कि जिसने प्रोड्यूस किया उसको क्या कर रहा है वो अपोज कर रहा है, जिसने ही प्रोड्यूस किया उसको क्या कर रहा है वो अपोज कर रहा है. तो इसलिए उसने बोल रहा है कि द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द इंड्यूस ईएमएफ इज गिवन बाय द लेंस लॉ, अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हिच द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द इंड्यूस ईएमएफ अपोज द कॉज प्रोड्यूस इट. यानी जिस डायरेक्शन में वो ईएमएफ इंड्यूस हो रहा है वो क्या कर रहा है उसको ही अपोज कर रहा है, जिसने उसको प्रोड्यूस किया था, जिसने उसको प्रोड्यूस किया था उसको ही वो आपको क्या कर रहा है अपोज कर रहा है. सो ईएमएफ इज इक्वल टू माइनस एन डेल फाई बाय डेल टी, डेल फाई बाय del t. So induced EMF is equal to minus n into del phi by del t. So what n means here number of turns, and the del phi number of poles. We can say that here number of poles, and del phi means your flux, change in flux with respect to time, change in flux with respect to time. So this produce the induced EMF. Okay, so you see that the circuit diagram of repulsion motor here. So ideal, if you pass the current in the inductor, at that time here electromagnetic force will be induced, or your flux will be produced. So if the flux produced at that time, your motor is suppose in this position, and when you short circuit occur, at that time your motor will be at this position, and when position for clockwise operation, at that time some tilt operation will be there at the motor, or some induced EMF will be at position at its position, and the position for the counterclockwise at a time, the position for the counterclockwise operation at a time your motor will be produce this type of the fluxes. So the by the various type of the motor which work under the repulsion principle are compensated repulsion motor, repulsion start induction motor, then repulsion induction motor. So there are three types of the motor: compensated repulsion motor, repulsion start induction motor, and repulsion induction motor. So in the compensated repulsion motor, it carries an additional winding for the compensating. So it is called as compensating winding. So it carries the additional winding is called as compensating winding. There are another set of two brushes are there which are placed midway between the usual short circuit brush set. जो भी ब्रश सेट है उसके बीच में या उसके मिड वे में हम उसको क्या करते हैं, शॉर्ट करते हैं. सो अलग दो टाइप के हम वहां पे ब्रशेस यूज करते हैं कि जो ब्रश को हमने शॉर्ट किया है उसके मिडल में वो क्या करेगा, शॉर्ट करेगा, और जो मिडल में शॉर्ट किया है उसके दो तरफ में हम क्या लगाएंगे, कॉम्पेंसेटिंग वाइंडिंग लगाएंगे. क्या लगाएंगे उसमें, कॉम्पेंसेटिंग वाइंडिंग लगाएंगे. तो उस रिपल्शन मोटर को हम बोलेंगे कॉम्पेंसेटेड रिपल्शन मोटर. सो द कॉम्पेंसेटिंग वाइंडिंग and this added set are connected in a series. So in order to neutralize the cross magnetizing effect, ये क्रॉस मैग्नेटाइजिंग इफेक्ट को न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए हम क्या करते हैं, ये कॉम्पेंसेटिंग वाइंडिंग उसके सीरीज में कनेक्ट करते हैं. तो इसलिए उसने बोला है कि द कॉम्पेंसेटिंग वाइंडिंग एंड दिस एडेड अ सेट आर कनेक्टेड इन अ सीरीज इन ऑर्डर टू न्यूट्रलाइज द क्रॉस मैग्नेटाइजिंग इफेक्ट ऑफ armature reaction, and the series connected compensating winding produce the magnetic field which varies directly with the armature current. So this type of the operation will be performed in the compensated repulsion motor. Then repulsion start induction motor. So in that this motor start as a repulsion motor but normally run as a induction motor. When this motor will be start, at that time it act as a repulsion motor, and when it is run, so it run as a induction motor with a constant speed characteristic, so that's why this motor is called as repulsion start induction motor. मींस स्टार्ट करते समय ये रिपल्शन जैसा स्टार्ट होता है, बट जो रन होता है तब ये इंडक्शन मोटर जैसा वर्क करता है. तो इसलिए उसको हम बोल रहे हैं रिपल्शन स्टार्ट इंडक्शन मोटर. रिपल्शन स्टार्ट इंडक्शन motor. So it consists of one stator winding and one rotor winding which is similar to the wire wound DC armature, one commutator, and the centrifugal mechanism for short circuit the commutator bars. So this is the picture of the repulsion start induction motor. So here repulsion mechanism is there. So this is the push rod, this is the flyweight attached shaft, then this is the rotor coil which will be rotated, and then this is the foil coil, and this is the shorting attached with the shaft, and this is the commutator, and the commutator is connected to the shaft. This is the spring opposing the flywheel, no jerk will be there, so that's why we use this spring. So for the this is the brush holder attached with the push rod. So this is the repulsion mechanism which are used. Then third type is repulsion induction motor. So it work on the combined principle of repulsion and induction, and means this motor will be combined work on the principle of combined principle of repulsion and induction. So it consists of stator winding and two rotor winding here. So here we use the stator winding and the two rotor winding. One is squirrel gauge, another is the DC winding connected to the commutator. DC winding connected to the commutator, and a short circuit set of two brushes. So there are two set of the brushes we have used. So means we use the here four brushes, and these four brushes are short circuited to each other. Okay, so this is the repulsion induction type motor. So what are the advantage of repulsion motor? So the most commutator motor are limited to about 1500 volt, because higher voltage gives rise to risk of arcing across the commutator. So these are the advantage for of the repulsion motor. Means we are limited the voltage of 1500 volt, and the repulsion motor can be used at higher voltages because the rotor short circuit is not electrically connected to the supply. Means directly we are not connected in the direct supply. uh, Means we are connected to the rotor supply. So these are the advantages of the repulsion motor. And the disadvantage of the repulsion motor is occurrence of spark at brushes. Means it sparking at brushes, and the commutator and brushes wear out quickly. So commutator and brushes are directly damages in the operation. So this is the disadvantage of the repulsion motor, and this is the primarily due to the arcing and heating the generated at brushes assembly. And the power factor is poor at low speed, and when the speed is growing at a time, the power factor is improved. So but the power factor is poor at low speed. So these are the advantage of the repulsion motor. And the last advantage disadvantage is that the no load speed is very high and it dangerous. So no load speed is very high. So these are the disadvantage of the repulsion motor. And this repulsion motor we are using the agitators. Means we are using the agriculture prospectors, and this repulsion motor we use for the high speed lift and high speed fan and pumps. We use the repulsion motor. So in the single phase cooler at that time we use this repulsion motor. For the fan, for the high speed fan we use the repulsion motor, and for the pumps single phase pump we use this repulsion motor. So that your load will be and is compensated. So that's why we use this repulsion motor in your pumps. And this repulsion motor is also used in the hoist and the mining equipment and the air compensator. So we can use this repulsion motor using the hoist and mining equipment and the air compressor. So these are the applications of repulsion motor. These are the applications of repulsion motor. Okay. So today we see about the repulsion motor. So understood all of you? सबको समझा repulsion?